Ladies and gentlemen, what? Welcome to Monday Night's Game of Thrones. I don't know. I just don't know.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, and that's even better. Welcome to Monday Night's Game of Thrones. Real quick, really, it's been a clown show, kind of a weekend.
I know.
I would like to real quickly address what happened on Star Trek Engage last night. It was a long week of work, 50 plus hours, quite frankly. We got taken down by Paramount and YouTube more than once, and the jokes and the fun just kind of got derailed. And I got grumpy. I had been sleep deprived. I was on call on Saturday. Had to get up early on Sunday. So I kind of quit the stream. You know, Samuel tried to make a joke out of it, and I was like, all right, Samuel, well, you know, you take control of the stream, because I was like, I'm done. I'm gone. And it was one of those things that, you know, we got taken down once. I got grumpy. We got taken down twice. I got really grumpy. So with that being said, I'm not saying that's an excuse. It's just I love doing this. And when YouTube decides to be a flaming pile of garbage, it's just no more fun. So Joker says, welcome, sit back. Why is this thing stop with they also did a freaking update of the browser, like everything's updating. Joker says, welcome, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Show the remember, smash the like button, share the stream, leave a comment, and if you're not already subscribed, that is very correct. D-Day
That's right.
says
Fire.
Light the fire at your cars. Wookie says about time. I think we're only like 30 seconds late. No, it's probably more than that. Yeah. No, never mind. Wookie Be Bad says, hail y'all, you cult.
Hail all, you cult.
Yeah.
Because we're all cult members here. You didn't know that?
I don't think probably the majority of the people, half of us.
Because we like this guy right here.
Well, that makes sense.
And I didn't mean Shadow, because no one likes Shadow.
Yeah.
I like Shadow.
Well, you're also nice too, Lily. And
Shadow is Lily approved. Oh, you don't know me that well, JB. I'm not that nice.
Well, and you work with children. You work in pediatrics, which Shadow falls into. So
I work with everybody, birth to death.
D-Day Direwolf also puts a wolf face. That's right, because the House Stark, and of course this one meant House Targaryen.
Targaryens.
Yes. So sit back, relax. We're gonna go through Game of Thrones. Season 6, episode number 7. Episode 7.
A Broken Man. It's called A Broken Man. And this is the last. Right. This is the last season that is 10 episodes.
That is true. That is very true. I'm going to be a little more careful on this one. We do have a slight scene of nudity. Maybe about 35 minutes in.
Tyler's going to miss it.
He is going to miss it.
I know.
But also at the same time, I don't want to repeat problems of getting taken down, because it kind of delays the fun. It's just not fun. So I'm going to do about 10 seconds and then of actual picture, and then we're going to do at least probably 2 minutes of not. So without further delay, let's go.
So we're starting off. We got this like little community here, and they're building something. They're building it looks like a church, and you see Ian. You see Ian Accept, yes, and you see Ian McShane and his Star of the Seven, and it just looks very peaceful and nice. And it ends up you got these guys. Hey, what's up, man?
What up, CLS?
You got these guys carrying these logs in. And then there's one big guy carrying a log all by himself.
Yeah.
And then it's revealed who it is.
And we're going to, so of course the ladies, they're cutting the vegetables, and it just looks like a humble little community.
Probably some like settlers trying to escape the ravages of the war, just trying to build something new, and the first thing they're making is a sept, because if you can please the gods, your life should be good.
True.
That man is not mortal.
No, kind of in a sense, no. He's somebody who should technically be very, very not around.
Well, when we last saw him, we all assumed it's like, oh, the Hound.
So of course
It's the Hound.
How long has it been since we've seen him? The end of
season and a half, I think.
5?
Yeah,
We saw him in season 4, I think.
Well, no,
season
4.
Season 5. Yeah,
So
the end of
maybe episode 9,
like the end of season 4 ish.
Yeah,
Was it
so
really
like a
that
season
long?
and a half? It's been a while.
Season and a half, yeah.
Holy
it's-
monkeys!
So I'm guessing because this is where time travel and fast travel really starts.
Yeah.
We've been about maybe a year, maybe 2, since we last saw
Holy
Sandor
criminy.
is in Westeros time.
And just for the record, we did fail to do this. So, Mr. JV, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you.
I'm doing quite well.
Almost 10 minutes late.
Trying to find my place within the cult that is either the Fellowship or the New Iron Age, as gets affectionately termed as, or as I just call us, people with common sense. But yeah,
I applaud that. Yeah,
dropped a video this morning with a brand new intro, courtesy of Mr. JT Gunn, and it's getting, people are loving the intro there.
That.
So if you haven't seen it, you better be checking that out. Links down below in the description.
Everybody's links are down below. And of course, certainly she is not least. She is the most. She is the queen of this stream. That would be Lily 300 Mirrors. Hi, Lily.
I'm finally back. Yay.
Yay, we have missed you.
I missed you guys too. Oh my gosh. Well, I think it was a good time to come back. I'm so sorry I missed all the other streams.
Oh,
No.
You missed the door.
You did miss the door.
I did. I know. Oh, but I think the next episode is like a really good one too. So.
Oh yeah.
Wait, episode 9, I think, or 8. I don't know.
Speaking of missing the door every day, that would be Shadow of Hawk. What's up, buddy?
Not much. I mean, I've got book. I'm content. Working on some notes for the Pickle Stand Wars while also doing this.
Thank you, Jesus, so much. Seriously, that is one of the best things I've ever fucking read in so long. I don't know if Lily and JV have read this, but the Pickle Stand Wars is something that I think JV would actually kind of like it. He would be like, "Oh my god, this is ridiculous," but
that requires me to read stuff.
I started it, and it's really funny.
That's fair. That's fair. I get it. I don't.
Nothing against you, Shadow. Nothing against you, Shadow. I just don't like to read. So.
Oh no, my brother's the exact same way. He loves comics. He loves movies. Stuff. He hates reading.
Well, Shadoo's gaining quite the following with the Legion of Memers and all of our inner circles.
I wonder why.
Because
good job, Shadoo. Yay.
Yeah, no, it's I'll actually do a little bit of a reading eventually. Right, I'll do it right before you put out part 2, and then it'll give you some traction.
Right before he puts out what? That's weird.
No. Shadoo doesn't know how to put out. Let's be honest.
Oh.
In all my
And
days,
I-
I've never seen a man.
And you can keep playing. Just
Okay.
lower down the volume.
How many men did it take to cut you
And
down?
I think the casting
Just
of
one.
Ian I think the casting of Ian
He must have been some kind of monster.
McShane
Was a woman.
is absolutely wonderful for this very small role. It is literally a 1-episode role, and he is brilliant in this role.
Well,
I
yes.
absolutely agree. He gives off like the wise like the wizened old man who's seen some shit and is giving advice to this younger man. Maybe even though like we get a little bit of a hint as to what his past was a little bit further, and it kind of sort of is not to the same extent as the Hound, but it's kind of a microcosm, a Hound light, if
Microcosm?
you will, of his life.
Right.
So it's clear that like kind of this is a man who understands the Hound and through the faith is actively trying to help him in some meaningful way.
Right. So yeah, this is quite good.
I forgot he was in this. That was so cool.
Oh no,
Yeah,
it's so good.
And folks who may not know the name, another HBO series years before this, Deadwood. He was amazing in that series.
Yes, Dead was a massive hit. The only reason I'm off camera right now is some other text messages going on in another group. But I won't bore you with the stipulations. We're just gonna keep going.
He's also in American Gods too, which is a
Yes.
really cool book.
Yes, which is a adaptation of Neil Gaiman work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the book is like 100 times better than the show.
Yeah.
It's kind of usually how it works.
Yeah.
So
And now this scene here, this little moment here, you get this sense of where Sandor was, where Sandor spent most of his time down in the capital. You got these very pious people, and here's a guy who's just a dude. He's just a dude, and he's like, I don't know what the whole plan is. I don't know. I don't even know if the 7 are the end all.
I found you. I
be
thought
all.
you'd been dead for days.
Yeah.
Well, you was thinking
It
already.
very much gives me Protestant versus Catholic kind of vibes, in the sense of like you've got the Catholics, which are all about like oversimplification, and I'm speaking the medieval
was gonna
period.
give
The
you a proper
Catholics are
burial,
like
and then you
doctrine. In
really
order to be close to God, you must follow the rules laid out by the church. Whereas this guy is basically like, I don't really know if what I'm doing is right. I don't really know what I'm doing is wrong. I've read the books. I kind of know what's going on in there. Fundamentally, I'm going to try to live my life how they say to. I'm going to be as good of a person as well as good of a practitioner of the faith as I can. And if I'm getting sent to the 7 hells for that, well, kind of, I guess the gods aren't worth it or something.
Right.
It's also a very different look than let's say what the High Sparrow is doing, right?
Oh, fuck that guy.
Because the High Sparrow is
pious
taking things to a very extreme,
pious and
literal extreme,
ambitious.
Yeah, like this set of scenes. Set of scenes can really showcase why people would be okay with like a religion, because you don't, for the majority of people, this is what you would be dealing with. This is like their life. You would have your local septon, you would have your community being brought together by this communal faith, by having this same ideological belief. And then when you get into like the higher tiers, where like the politics of the church as a whole, that's when you start seeing the men that are like the real problems in this. And it's just really good to show that, despite like, I really liked this because the entire season we're just getting kind of like church bad. But then we get this one, which showcases that it's not so much church bad as it is a mixing of church
organized
and
church bad,
as well as,
organized
as well
church
as
bad.
dogma bad. Yeah. Well, not necessarily organized, because this is still an organized, like that. They're building the sept. That's still going to be an organized collection of people praising, but it's not dogmatic. It's not politicized.
Yes. So these are people who are building their
Just
sept,
folk.
their church
They're-
with their
and they're
own
just
two
folk.
hands. Right. There's no and D-Day says nice contrast. Yeah, it is a nice
Yeah.
contrast. And all of a sudden my other headphones.
Lily, thoughts?
Yeah, whatever you guys said, I agree.
maybe
There's not much else to add.
maybe Lily's not the church going type. Yeah, right. She's Hispanic.
No, I
So.
mean you guys already said it, so I don't need to
I
go off on
kid.
another thing explaining
Tangent.
what you guys just said.
I keyed.
Gotcha.
We missed Miss Lily. I keyed.
I've heard that before. Man was talking about a different god, though.
Well, maybe he was right. I don't know much about the gods.
You're on the wrong line of work.
Oh, there's plenty of pious sons of bitches who think they know the word of God or gods. I don't. I don't even know their real names. Maybe it is the seven, or maybe it's the old gods, or maybe it's the Lord of Light, or maybe they're all the same fucking thing. I don't know. What matters, I believe, is that there's something greater than us. And whatever it is, it's got plans for Sandor Clegane.
Yeah.
And that's what that's
You
what
know
was
me
like.
back in
Yeah,
my time.
I know who you are.
You don't know
I know
the
who
things
you are.
I've done.
Yes.
Oh, I've heard him.
And this episode gets rounded out in a very
this
very good one.
This episode ends full circle, and it is. Ooh, this is probably one of the best, like really contained episode. There's not a lot, really. There's not a lot that really goes on, but the people, the interpersonal stuff really is done well here.
Yeah. I would definitely agree.
Yeah, this one's spot on.
I've heard stories.
If the gods are real, why haven't they punished me?
Oh, they have.
They have.
Good line. Good line.
Well, yeah, because at this point, Sandor has been burned.
Yeah.
He's been stabbed. He's been beaten. He's been freaking. He rolled down a fucking hill and left to die. And
By all accounts, Sandor should be dead multiple times.
Oh, beyond dead.
And yet here he is. So it's kind of hard to argue that, dude, by all accounts, you shouldn't be sitting here. So obviously there's something at play.
Mm-hmm.
And then also in regards to the punishment, I mean, he was a Clegane. He was the second son of... Howdy, Real Wade. How you doing?
What's up,
Hey,
Real
Real Wade.
He was the second son of House Clegane. The Cleganes being like the dogs of House Lannister. Like he was top of the tippy top of the hierarchy of the Westerlands. And he lost that. He lost his old life for a lot of... You could argue that from the perspective of a pious man, his evil in the world cost him his name, his family, his standing, and now he's just some brigand bum out in the middle of nowhere who, at best, could make a life for himself as a farmer. So, yeah.
Real Wade says, I'm only
wow,
nice.
Nice,
1K. Nice, dude.
Good job.
Very nice.
Nice.
I very much remember hitting 1K on my original channel, which I'm starting to do more with again. Once you hit that 1K, don't stop. Just go nuts. Just go fucking ham. You know, of course. So my secondary channel, you know, JV and stuff
also,
like that, you know, 500's the new 1,000. So go nuts.
So also, a friend of the channel here who's in the chat, Wookie Be Bad, just got himself monetized.
Outstanding.
Oh, great.
That's right.
Congratulations.
Still to this day, I need to find this clip. Somebody needs to give it to me. Where Wookie Be Bad, she's like, it's that Twitch streamer or whatever. And she's like, oh, cherry, yum, yum, yum. And Wookie's like, he's like, oh, hey, It's just so.
Oh, I
funny.
remember that.
Oh God,
When
it
we,
kills me.
When we covered the like the NPC trend.
Yes,
Right?
yes. Oh no, I just remembered that my Rumble finally is able to stream, and we're not doing it tonight. I'm so grumpy about that. I'll figure it out for Friday. All right, so
And next scene. Next scene. We've been
Next
on the
scene.
scene for.
Good stuff.
This is good.
What are we reading today?
Yeah.
The Book of the Mother, Your Holiness. Chapter 3, verse 12.
As
man.
water rounds the stones, smoothing.
Smoothing what was jagged, so does a woman's love calm a man's brute nature. A wife salves her husband's wounds. A mother sings her son to sleep.
You learn quickly.
Now, when Marjorie turns around, she's got her hands clasped like this, and a very, what's the word, pious, I guess, is just the best word to have it. And she gives little hints to us, the audience, that she's onto this whole sham, and
Yes.
she's playing a game. She's playing another game here, and then the sparrow kind of says some things, and she is like, and you can see the wheels start to turn, and she's like, okay.
Yeah.
Especially the very next scene.
And there are some
No,
who know
absolutely.
every verse of the sacred text, but don't have a drop of the mother's mercy in their blood. And savages who can't read at all, who understand the father's wisdom.
For years, I pretended to love the...
This is one thing that I don't like, is that he says the savages who cannot read. Like that is not a faith of the people. That is a faith of arrogance.
Oh,
So-
yeah,
Well,
absolutely. And
Well, he's
And
trying to
I-
appeal to her.
I believe, and I believe it's been very well shown that the sparrow, while feigning humbleness, is an extremely arrogant man.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But also
Yeah.
remember who he's talking to. He's trying to get close to Marjorie, trying to talk to Marjorie. So if he could deduce that, I mean, the fairly obvious deduction that she doesn't actually care about the poor, he's just kind of like, oh, like I love the people, but they can be such feral animals sometimes. And then she's
Mhm.
like, oh, he understands. Okay, I'm going to open up to him. Like that kind of just like little back and forth little details like that showcase that the sparrow is still kind of playing the game with her. Like he's not entirely fooled by her like shift to piety.
But she is ahead in the race.
Yeah. I mean, so the sparrow wants to believe that yes, she's done all this stuff. She's a confessed her sins. She's atoned. She's brought the king in, and by bringing in the king, she's elevated him to literally right next to the crown.
Yes.
So literally, the crown does not do anything without either insulting or without the approval of the faith. So the faith is basically running King's Landing right now, and the king is just as a mouthpiece.
Yeah. As
Sorry,
opposed to the Lannisters running King's Landing and the king being a mouthpiece.
Right.
I had pity for them, but I never loved them. They disgusted me.
They are hard to love. The poor disgust us because they are us, shorn of our illusions. They show us what we'd look like without our fine clothes, how we'd smell without perfume.
And this is one reason that I doubt that the High Sparrow is who he says he is, right? Because he says they show us who we would be without fine clothing and who we would be without fine perfume. And it's like, all right, dude, well, you run around kind of like in a knapsack and shoeless, but at the same time, you don't seem to suffer the same afflictions as the poor that you supposedly speak for. So you're putting on an act. It's wrestling kayfabe, in my opinion. and probably
Yeah.
the worst kind, because you're just a fucking poser. And that's kind of how I read this. Not initially when I first watched this, but the rewatch through, I'm like, oh, you're putting on an act for my people, but you're not. You're full of shit, right?
Yeah, we know that I mean JV said it, I've said it a few times, you just said it, like we've known the entire time that the High Sparrow's been in the play that he may be a very devout man. He may be a very pious man. He is not this like humble preacher type. He's not like he's like Pycelle. He's putting on a game.
Yes.
And well,
yes, you do.
In this specific instance, however, I think this like I said before, I think it's a mix of him being like putting on the game, but also trying to get closer to Marjorie, because he knows that she can still control the king. He wants total control. So if he can control Marjorie, he can control the king, and if he can control the king, he's got the kingdom he's got the bull by the balls, to steal a quote from, I believe, Spain, if I remember right. So he's trying to appeal to Marjorie, going, oh, well, like just kind of fishing, like bringing up like the poor being feral and savages, and he could always like deflect it to something else, like the hill tribes, if she's like, but the poor are nice. But she feeds into the, well, this is the poor, I don't like the poor, and so he adds more bait to the line of like, they remind us of what we would be if it were not for our perfumes, for our finery, these signs of nobility. So instead of outright going, oh, well, of our higher standing, he's using like the items to kind of like separate himself from outright going, we're better than them because of our birth. But someone as smart as Marjorie would probably pick up on what he's trying to say, being, we were born better than them. Compared to us, they are the sheep. We are the masters of the flock. Which is just, it's really, really good subtext. And of course, and I'm kind of annoyed that it's in season 6, because I've been calling season 6 the downhill slope. And yet this episode has kind of proven me wrong.
Real quick, D-Day Direwolf says people are wearing masks to control the crown and the people. Yes, that's true, because if you control the mob, which is the people, and we've seen this in previous movies, probably one of the best movies in the history of the world, Gladiator, Rome is the mob. If you control the mob,
All
All
right,
right,
Rome is a very different beast to the Seven Kingdoms, and I'll leave that there because we gotta get moving.
The king mentioned that since your reunion, you haven't joined him in the marriage bed.
No.
You have a duty, Your Grace, to your husband, your king, your country, to the gods themselves.
It's just the desires that once drove me no longer do.
Congress does not require desire on the woman's part, only patience. The king must have an heir if we are to continue our good work.
Forgive me. Sometimes the true path is hard to find.
Hard to find and harder still to walk upon.
Weirdo. What you put your hand on her fucking leg for, dude? Yes, he put his hand on her leg. Now, I don't think it's in a creepy manner, right? Like he's
trying to console her.
He is trying to console her, but at the same time, she detests him because she's like, dude, get your hands off me, or I would like to stab you in the fucking throat. D-Day says 1 through 4 damn near perfect, 5 through 6 flaws here and there, 7 and 8. I don't have a button for that. I might have this. Hold on, where are the videos? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, here you go.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
What? No, D-Day is right though.
No, I'm saying that I continued his 7 and 8. That we're now dumber for watching.
Okay, because I thought you were talking about the comment. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the wrong GIF, Ryan. My apologies.
Shadow, I swear to God, I will.
I'm in danger.
Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
D-Day says that I love that clip. Yes,
It's
we
a
do.
good clip.
TJ says all good. Yeah, no,
My favorite.
no. I think he knew what we were getting at there.
Well,
So
you did, I
But you've
didn't.
made
So
great progress.
look, you wrote an incredible epilogue or prologue or fucking all the logs to a story that I want I want so many books to it. Like D-Day, have you read the Chronicles of Picklestein? Picklestan.
if he's on Twitter, he probably hasn't seen it. If he hasn't, I'll post a link to it in the chat. But back to
Yes,
Game of Thrones.
yes. Posting this. Are you ushering me along when I'm promoting your shit?
False
I only
Yes, he is.
modesty.
grandmother.
Modesty, honestly.
My grandmother.
Yes.
Oh,
The Queen of
This-
Thorns
this-
is a remarkable woman
this
Strong.
is a threat.
and an unrepentant sinner. You must teach her the new way, as she taught you the old. Or I fear for her safety, body and soul.
And this Marjorie almost tips it off, but she plays it so well.
Does it move or talk? I want to
Oh,
for you alone.
I love this bitch. Fucking love this bitch.
Oh, this
He's
is
amazing.
madness.
Just one quick thing I forgot to mention in the previous scene, like the High Sparrow's like talking about like, oh well, the king hasn't had an heir. You haven't been to his marriage, Ben. Marjorie is using the one play she has left, the fact that she controls the ability to make an heir. Now the High Sparrow can't really do anything because she's feigning, oh well, piety and charity and chastity, and I don't. She's using this. She's withholding not only the ability to make an heir from Tommen, but also the fact that he really likes the act of making an heir, and that's going to give her a greater level of control over Tommen. Which is just I love the subtext of that.
There's that as well, but it also keeps the Sparrow from having a child to completely indoctrinate to basically make another him.
Pretty much.
It's also true.
Pretty much. And the Queen of Thorns.
I love her.
Yeah, I do
does
too.
not care. She gives no shits, and it's amazing.
You're not in your sanctuary now, my dear. All I have to do is whistle, and my men will stroll in here and bash you about
Grandmother.
until I tell them to stop. If
Gives zero. She has zero fucks to give.
bash
Oh.
Grandmother, please.
What have they done to you?
You marched against the High Sparrow, against the faith.
We marched for you.
The gods could have punished you and father, but they didn't. They showed mercy.
What about your brother? What mercy did they show him?
Loris's only hope is to confess his crimes and repent. If he does, the faith will allow him to return to Highgarden. He'll have to renounce his name and title.
Have you lost your mind?
And live his life.
Real quick, I posted in all the chats through administrator. This is for the Chronicles of Picklestan. Even if you don't like, even if you love Game of Thrones, but you're not like necessarily down with like the memes, it's a fun read. Just go nuts, and we're back.
Life as a penitent.
He
Ryan.
is the heir to Highgarden. The
Dude,
future
I'm gonna fucking
House
shield this thing to the
He can begin
moon.
again.
This is
as a
great.
mindless fanatic.
As a free man.
You will leave for Highgarden today. There is no law that says you must stay here.
I am the queen.
Caucasian
duty to
Sasquatch
serve my
is in the
husband.
chat. All right. We're gonna
Whoa,
show
whoa!
Okay.
Caucasian Sasquatch says, "I have completed the pickle stand recording." Wait, is this a real thing? You're really doing a pickle stand recording? Because I think that sounds awesome.
If this is legit, thank you so much, man.
Yeah,
Like,
because I was gonna do the same thing. I think that's D-Day says, all right, man. Yeah, no, check it out. Seriously. Just give it a read. It'll take you like maybe 5 minutes. Caucasian Sasquatch is rendering right now. That's right. Rendering right now. God, he's got the voice of a sexy ass man.
And you're
I
going
may have
gay
had-
now.
I may have had a moment. Sorry, I'm back.
The king.
And now, Marjorie does something real quick.
Grandmother.
You
Your
should
place is
leave.
at home.
I will never leave you. Never.
You must.
There
Bang,
it is.
right there. Mm-hmm.
Whom?
Showing she's
Find
quite
comfort
not
in
the
prayer.
good,
No.
pious church-going girl.
No.
But
The mother watches over us all.
Elena sees in Marjorie's eyes that there's fear. Go home.
I'll see you
Grandma?
soon, my dear.
Go
Go
home.
home.
You're not safe here.
Because if you do not go home,
They're coming after you. So
This
Marjorie is playing everyone. Playing everyone.
this
Yeah.
is almost a little bit kind of in my opinion, it was a precursor, right? Because House of the Dragon season 1 didn't happen until afterwards. But they're kind of precursors to themselves. That Rhaenyra comes home to see her father, that he's sick, and her father stands up for him one last time, and she is almost fearful for her father because she wants to believe that he's safe, but at the same time though she loves her father and she's concerned about him, and this, even though there's been no major threat here, Squatch says, I think you're going to like it, Ryan.
Okay, so I see your thought process there. This is a bona fide threat. The Sparrow has threatened Elena. She has
Yes.
just told her in no uncertain terms. You bring her to us, or we're gonna take her.
Yes. So, there could probably
and then as Elena leaves, Marjorie stops being Marjorie and puts back on the face and goes, "Shall we pray?"
7 blessings to you, grandmother.
That's like a freaking skinwalker.
Oh, even her dress is different.
Shall we pray?
Right.
More modest.
Very modest.
And then as Elena leaves and starts like doing a little panic, she opens up the note and she sees a rose.
A rose growing strong. And now she's like, that's my girl. That's my girl. Marjorie has just told her, I got this. I got this.
And we meant it.
Yeah.
But this isn't what we agreed to. These aren't White Walkers. This isn't an army of the dead. This isn't our fight.
I have some strong words about this.
None of us would be here. All of you would be meat.
I'm sure you do.
I'd be a pile of charred bones, just like Mance. Remember Mance's camp? It stretched all the way to the horizon. And look at us now. Look what's left of us. And if we lose this, we're gone. Dozens of tribes, hundreds of generations. Be like we were never there at all. We'll be the last of the free folk.
That's what'll happen to you if we lose. The Boltons, the Karstarks, the Umbers, they know you're here. They know that more than half of you are women and children. After they finish with me, they'll come for you. You're right. This isn't your fight. You shouldn't have to come to Winterfell with me. I shouldn't be asking you. It's not the
I don't want it.
I need you.
Yeah, it's the precursor to that line.
And we need to beat them if you're going to survive.
And that's why he would have been the best king. I don't want it.
Yeah,
I don't want it
because he will. It's a duty for him. It's not a goal. It's not a damn trophy. It's not he does what he does. He became the leader of the Night's Watch.
Right thing to do.
Yeah,
it's the honorable thing to do. It's what
you're all our turncoats against the queen. Your turncoats against the rightful queen.
I have never stood with
look,
the queen.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to this.
Understood.
This guy right here.
No. I am all about Daenerys Targaryen. And when
apparently not.
When she joined up with Jon Snow, this
Jon would
was
the best king.
This was the perfect union.
Yeah.
John would be king, right? Because he didn't want it.
King consort. King consort, you mean?
He was humble. He didn't want to, but Daenerys was good at ruling, and it was a good balance because
she was not good at ruling.
No.
She is good at conquering.
Okay, she was good at
Yeah.
conquering. Yes,
horrendous.
She had a lot of compassion. I know later on they kind of like
She's good at conquering. Dario said it exactly right. She's a conqueror. That's what she is.
The thing is though is that fire and ice cancel each other out, and they're a good yin and yang, and that's how it should have ended. And this, but we're not there right now.
Yeah.
Well, one quick thing I want to say
I
about this
agree.
scene. One quick thing I want to just say about this scene is like,
spoke for the free.
Oh, sorry, Lily.
Lily.
No, I'm just saying. I agree that Daenerys and John would have been perfect. They kind of fill in each other's blanks, and that would have been great. But yeah, we'll get there when we get there.
He filled her blanks all right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That he's got his strengths, she's got her strengths, and together they would have been really great. But
John would have been strong enough to rein in her more Targaryen-esque instincts, like when she's like, I want to burn everything and kill everything. John is probably the one person in this entire damn show who could grab her by the hand and go, Danny, bad. And she would actually not kill him.
For some reason, I don't see anyone going, Danny, bad. I don't see that happening.
I'm also a jackass.
He's
He probably phrased it better than me.
He's oversimplifying, but
I know. Oh, I know.
So I mean,
but
look,
it's 100% true. When you have a very strong personality, you need someone else who's very calm and patient.
I'm just saying, when a Targaryen is born, we've talked about this.
The gods, the coin, and the world holds its breath.
Yes, and I so can't wait to get to House of the Dragon season 1. Which this is fun, I love it. But House of the Dragon season 1, I think we're all going to be geeking out and just going nuts.
It'd be great. But so this scene, they call attention to the fact that it's like dozens of tribes, hundreds of generations, all going to wipe out. They're all the exact same. They're all the exact same placeholder wildlings. The books, which they had written before this season, described the variety of the wildlings, their fighting styles, their dress. You had like a whole contingent of spear wives. This scene should have been a variety pack of different kinds of wildlings on display. And instead, it's the same fuckers in the same like sheepskin sealskin parkas. No spear wives, no hornfoots, no fens. You got one giant, no mammoths. It's sad. It's depressing. It's monochromatic, and it irks me something fierce. Because
didn't they say that that's what's left of them, though? That's what they're talking about.
That's what's left of them who are in command. In command structure, right? Because the rest of are they're soldiers, they're women, they're children. The majority of women and children.
Yeah. Plus, it's like a TV show. It's not going to flesh everything out like a book does.
Well, it doesn't need to though. Like they could have different costumes on set. They could have like different weapons and stuff.
Yeah, but you also have to consider budget.
Cost money.
Yeah, I know it costs money, but they have a fuck ton of money more now than they did at the beginning of the season, and they did a better job showcasing different groups earlier.
They're also playing. Okay, House of the Dragon. And House of the Dragon is telling a much smaller story too. So you've got
say House of the Dragon. I said the earlier seasons of Game of Thrones had more variety. You had Lannisters and mountain clans and Northerners and all that stuff. Like you had more variety on display.
Hold on, Shadu. We got to move on because we're at 46 minutes, and I've fast forwarded to the next scene. It's only 15 minutes into the episode. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That is hard.
Okay, Lily, I want you to take this scene. You go, girl.
I'm really bad at describing things.
The High Sparrow rules this city.
We'll listen and we'll take it all in, and then we'll let Lily first shot And then, of course, JV and Shadu might be never. No, I'm just kidding.
You, our two ancient houses, face collapse because of you and your stupidity.
You're right.
She's wrong.
I made a terrible mistake. I carry it with me every single day.
Good.
I delivered an army from the and now we
She
fight
does
together.
not give a fudge.
We need each other.
Oh,
I'm sure when you get to be that old, you don't care anymore.
Worst person I've ever met.
Probably.
At a certain age, it's
oh, I love this line.
But the truly vile do stand out through the years. Do you remember the way you smirked at me when my grandson and granddaughter were dragged off to their cells? I do. I'll never forget it.
You love your granddaughter. I love my son. It's the only truth I know. We must defend them.
I'm leaving this wretched city as fast as I can before that shoeless zealot throws me into one of his cells. If you're half as bright as you think you are, you'll find a way out of here too.
Never. I'll never leave my son.
What'll you do then? You have no support? Not anymore. Your brother's gone. The High Sparrow saw to that. The rest of your family have abandoned you. The people despise you. You're surrounded by enemies, thousands of them. You're going to kill them all by yourself?
Well,
You've lost.
not by yourself.
It's the only joy I could find in all this misery.
Elena
Really,
dropping
though,
the
she's
damnable
hilarious.
mic.
So okay, so I can only imagine. So because I don't spend a lot of because my grandparents are no longer with this mortal plane, but I'm sure some of you guys have got some grandparents there who are kind of like Elena. They are at that age where they're going to say what they're going to say, and there's nothing you can do to stop them, and they give zero shits about it, and they're going to tell you how it is and how you've ruined and what you need to do to live your long and happy life, and they're going to air out all their grievances at the dinner table or something. I'm sure that's happened to many of y'all here.
Mostly Shadu.
Actually, not really.
No. My mother is the one who likes to air out her grievances against me during the holidays.
Lily, Lily, did you have a grandma or an uncle or a grandfather or something that is just like?
I have several in my family. That's why we're all the way we are. I'm like, that's me. I'm not that old yet, but I'm very blunt. I will tell you how it is, and I don't care what you think.
Yeah. See, my grandparents to a T, like they'll tell you how it is. They're blunt, but they're a lot more polite than Olena is about it.
Yeah. Sometimes there's no time for
you should do.
politeness.
That's
great. What was that, Ryan?
Over a snowstorm, I was driving my mom's car to go pick up my nephew. Her windshield wipers sucked, right? They needed to be replaced. It was just a chaos. This was last Christmas. And so anyway, long story short, I couldn't see. I was literally driving like this to see the road, and she's like, "Oh my God, you're drifting, you're drifting!" And I was like, finally, like literally 2.5 miles, 3 miles down the road. I was like, "If you want to fucking drive, then you fucking drive." And I fucking whipped out and pulled over, and she's like,
"You whipped it out?"
The car. She's like.
Dang, Ryan, and you're still alive. If I would have talked to my parents like that, I would no longer be here.
She's like, "You want me to leave you in this parking lot?" I'm like, go ahead. Leave me in the fucking parking lot. Because I had flown from Florida at this time as a surprise for Christmas. I was like, leave me in the fucking parking lot. I'm like, I don't fucking care. I'll get an Uber. And she was like, get in the car. We get in the car. She starts driving. She's like, wow, things really look that bad. And I'm like going, yeah. Parents aren't always right, just for the record.
And next scene.
I feel like that was relevant, but now it kind of feels like it wasn't. So next scene.
Next scene.
God damn it.
Oh, God. Is there any scene with Braun in it that is not great?
Only really the prison scene with the sand snakes, and that's just the sand snakes being character assassinated. Braun himself, season 1 to season 8, never ruined.
Just
wait, look, I understand the fact that you have like a character assassination thing from the books, but there was
about the show. We're talking about the show.
There was a lovely young woman who showed her boobs to Braun.
Okay, moving on. Scene. We're still not halfway.
I know, we're never halfway through the episode yet.
Aye, nights don't get paid.
Okay, so being the military theory history expert here.
Aye.
Okay, Mr. Shadadu, briefly, what is Braun complaining about?
If you're talking about the trenches, part of that might be either trying to drain the moat. What?
To the point.
You watched the scene, right? You
Yeah,
watched the scene, right?
He's talking. Yeah. Okay, sorry. The whole scene. I didn't realize we skipped ahead. The whole scene. So, they didn't have a perimeter, meaning any army could walk in. The trenches themselves, the moat wasn't being drained, so they weren't draining the moat properly. They didn't set up their siege towers properly, which would, be a bad idea because that's the best way to get to the wall without getting hurt. Overall, the entire camp is just showing a level of amateur hour that, if there was still a war going on, would get this entire force of Freys brutally and absolutely pounded into the ground. Yeah,
because right now, who is in control of River Run? Which I must say that this is our first time seeing River Run in the show, and it's a nice looking castle. I'm just saying,
it is an amazing castle, like being
the
built on that
Blackfish,
lake that way.
the Blackfish shadow,
Yeah.
the Blackfish.
Sorry, the Blackfish.
God damn it.
Yes, Brendan Tully, the Blackfish. Younger brother to Hoster Tully, just an all-around badass and an old man that's too angry to die. The only way
you have so much knowledge in your head that you need somebody to be like going, focus, the Blackfish.
I didn't realize that's what JB meant because I'm a fucking idiot.
No, it's not
your words. Your words, not mine.
It's not you're a fucking idiot. It's because you're probably smarter than all of us in the fact that you have no common sense. Yes, he is. Read the book. Look, read the thing in the chat, dude. Come on, man. Don't bang on the kid like that.
I'm fine. I'm not saying. I'm just not going to admit that anyone.
Downplaying my intelligence, Ryan.
Whoa! You completely bypass this. So the phrase are hold on. So the phrase are threatening to at first hang Edmure, which is
I showed that picture.
For like 2 seconds, but this also shows the incompetence of the phrase. So they're threatening to hang him. Then they take the noose off. Then they place a blade to his throat, which the Blackfish is basically like, go ahead, you
do it.
Eventually you're going to do it anyway. Stop wasting my time. And then Jamie comes in and says, you all suck. I'm now in command. Let me get word inside that I want a meeting with the Blackfish.
And then he straight up bitch slaps the leader of the siege camp for talking back to him. With the metal hand.
Yeah.
Also, another detail that I don't remember if they say in the show, But they'd been bringing out not Hoster Tully. They'd been bringing out the Tully guy. I'm blanking on his name right now.
Edmure.
Edmure. Thank you, JV. Edmure. They'd been taking Edmure out and doing that song and dance every single day. Just consistently showing that we don't have the balls to do it. We don't have the balls to do it. And so the Blackfish is just like,
please leave.
Yeah, just fuck off. You're not taking the walls because I've got this big ass moat. You can't dig trenches correctly, so you're not getting rid of my moat. The only way you're gonna do this is starve me out, and we have fish. Like, we're good. Just go away. You're not gonna win.
2 years of provisions. 2 years.
Which we find out later. And now the very next scene, we see House Mormont on Bear Island, another castle that we've never seen. And I must say that the setting they had it in, I'm like, if there was ever a medieval Thomas Kincaid painting, that's what it would look like.
Oh, I was just thinking Boo, because she is she's Bella Ramsey, and quite frankly, The Last of Us, she's a fucking joke. But I'm sorry.
But in here, I love the obnoxiousness of her.
I hate her.
Fucking. Well, she's a girl, so that
she's like 10 years old. She's a master politician. Later in the series, we see she's a master fighter. Like this is like my issues.
Master
with
fighter?
Yes, they have her fighting in the Battle of Winterfell at like 10. Okay, master fighter. Fine, I'll take that word away. She is a capable combatant at 10 years old. I would be having these same
cannon fodder at 10 years old. Now, hold on real quick. D-Day says, I liked her at the time. Yes, and wait, no. So, no, she was...
The obnoxiousness.
No, she feels like a worse Arya Stark.
She was a great warrior, though. She died fighting for your brother, Rob.
Yeah.
I served under your uncle.
I don't fucking care.
He was also a great warrior and an honorable man. I was his steward. In fact,
I think we've had enough small talk. Why are you here?
Like, why are they letting this little girl dominate the conversation? Like, Hold
on. She is the lady of the house, right? She's in charge. Because even though she's extremely arrogant, and quite frankly, I would rather put her skull against a fucking grinder than listen to her talk. Metaphorically, YouTube. Metaphorically, in Minecraft.
Here's the thing. In the books, and JV doesn't like me bringing up the books, she has an older sister who's like John's age. They could have had that chick fill the role and then have like Lyanna in the scene or something like that if they wanted a little girl. Like, they didn't need to make it a 10-year-old girl, but they chose to because they want like girl power boss bullshit.
I've come with my sister.
This is way before all of that, dude.
Agreed.
No, I disagree. The last couple of episodes have had plenty, like Brienne running away the way she has in various scenes. Like Arya's later in the episode is more of just it's Arya Stark, not necessarily girl power. But there are a lot of moments where if you pay attention,
Arya Stark gets all of the plot armor in the world because George R.R. Martin said that is his favorite character. So that explains that away.
In a vacuum, that's fine, but it's not in a vacuum. Anyway, I'm going to shut up. Let's move on.
Well, at the time, it was very much a vacuum.
Being responsible for so many lives at such a young age. I never thought I'd be in my position. I was a crabber.
Now this became a trope in the show. That when you're at an impasse, you send in Sir Davos, and he's the great negotiator.
Go on, Sir Davos.
Your uncle, Lord Commander Mormont, made that man his steward. He chose John to be his successor because he knew he had the courage to do what was right, even if it meant giving his life. Because Geo Mormont and Jon Snow both understood that the real war isn't between a few squabbling houses. It's between the living and the dead. And make no mistake, my lady.
The dead are coming.
Is this true?
Your uncle fought them at the Fist of the First Men. I fought them at Hard.
Hold on.
They both lost.
Hold on, I love this the best. D-Day Direwolf says Davos has a plus 10 to speech. That's right. God damn it. There it is. Yes, if you understand video games, Sir Davos is the speech master. Absolutely. Back to the show.
As long as the Boltons hold Winterfell, the North is divided. And the divided North won't stand a chance against the Night King. You want to protect your people, my lady, I understand. But there's no hiding from this. We have to fight. And we need to do it together.
House Mormont has kept faith with House Stark for 1,000 years. We will not break faith today.
Thank you, my lady. How many fighting men can we expect?
"62.
62.
We are not
Wait,
a
what?
large house, but we're a proud one. And every man from Bear Island fights for the strength of 10 mainlanders."
Oh.
If they're half as ferocious as their lady, the Boltons are doomed.
All right. So that being said, now the Stars have an army. It's not the best, but we are actually coming up on another scene right here with Jamie riding
This
up
was a good
on.
scene.
It's a great scene.
That's a lot of crossbows.
Yes, it is.
Kingslayer,
Blackfish.
Kingslayer.
I assume you're here to fulfill the vow you gave my niece. I don't see Sansa and Arya.
I don't have them.
Pity. Do you wish to resume your captivity? Then why are you here?
You know why I'm here. This castle belongs to House Frey. You're trespassing. In the name of King Tommen, I order you to surrender.
Or you'll kill Edmure. My nephew's marked for death no matter what. Hang him and be done with it.
It won't stop with Edmure. You'll force me to storm the castle. Hundreds will die.
Hundreds of mine, thousands of yours. If you can breach the walls.
We'll breach them and kill every last one of you. But if you surrender, I'll spare the lives of your men. On my honor.
Your honor. Bargaining with oathbreakers is like building on quicksand.
The war is over, sir. Why sacrifice living men to a lost cause?
As long as I'm standing, the war is not over. This is my home. I was born in this castle, and I'm ready to die in it. So you can either attack or try to starve us out.
I have a question. Are we reviewing Game of Thrones or?
What do you mean?
What?
We have enough provisions for 2 years. You have 2 years, Kingslayer.
No.
The Blackfish.
You clearly have no intention of saving your men's lives. Why did you come treat with me?
Sieges are dull. I wanted to see you in person, get the measure of you.
I'm disappointed.
Well, now you have.
Aye.
Now I have. I'm disappointed.
So the Blackfish kind of reminds me of a male Elena. Just gives zero fucks.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say to what I don't want to say.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Ryan, you were going to say something?
No, I wasn't. I was gonna kind of add to the fact. Hey, good dude. So, of course, the Blackfish retracts the drawbridge. And we are actually again, John and Sansa trying to.
They're at House Glover, I believe. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, my family served House Stark for centuries. We wept when we heard of your father's death. When my brother was lord of this castle, he answered Rob's call and hailed him king in the north.
House Stark is dead.
And where was King Rob when the Ironborn attacked this castle? When they threw my wife and children in prison and brutalized and killed our subjects. Taking up with a foreign whore, getting himself and those who followed him killed.
And this is one thing that Rob fucked the hell up on. He got caught up, and yes, I'm gonna say
in his fields.
He got caught up in the fields with the hon, and he married her. You broke a vow to the phrase. You broke a vow. Oh, God damn it, you stupid motherfucker.
The women just ruin everything.
Lily?
Yeah, we do. So, I mean, what do you want to say? Yeah, sure, we ruin everything. We do.
No,
moving on.
no, we don't believe
Moving on.
that. I wasn't sure if you were still there.
Yes, I'm here because I'm trying not to talk because we're trying to get through the episode.
Lily, you can talk whenever you want. This is not a gag order. What are you under subpoena?
Yeah, no, I'm the only one with the gag order.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, Lily?
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not smart enough to talk about all this stuff. Sorry.
Gag order, right order.
Dude, you're smarter than the three of us put together.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so let me see John.
Okay.
There you go. There's John.
So really quick. Since we know that, Lily, so this will be going back a few scenes, but I just want her thoughts here. Since we know she has a thing for Mr. Giantsbane, how did you like Tormund reasoning with the rest of the? How did you enjoy Tormund reasoning with the rest of the free folk?
What do you mean?
I mean, was his hair nice? Was his hair well coiffed and stuff?
Yes, his hair always looks very, very nice. I appreciate that even in the time of war, he's keeping up with his hygiene and and his hair.
Oh, good.
Well, yeah, I mean, most barbarians either didn't care about hygiene or they were insanely caring about hygiene. There doesn't seem to be in between.
Yes,
Clearly,
should
free
do.
folk like
Go
hygiene.
nuts. Yes, go nuts. About the fact that men in this age, not just in this world, but in the age of that, they had funky junk because they were stewing in their fucking pots of fucking sack underwear.
Well, I mean,
Congratulations.
Okay,
it was entirely unwashed.
here's the boobies.
But that's a video for another day.
Oh no! I'm past the boobies.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
But I'm not going to show anymore because we're past the boobies. But
Poor
also just-
Tyler.
Oh, poor
I
Tyler.
mean, he's not here, so
Nothing on the
working
Iron
movie.
Islands has an ass like that. Doesn't interest you anymore.
Bitch.
Too
Also,
soon?
at the hold on, no. Also, at the fact that he felt his sister up a couple seasons before this, and she was all about it. She probably would have got plugged. Just saying.
Oh god.
It's fucking.
Wait, can I just say something really, really random about this
Yes,
scene?
Sure.
Like, isn't it crazy how we saw this scene and we probably didn't think much of it, but like now whenever we get scenes like this, we're like, oh great, here comes all this nonsense they're putting into this stuff. I don't know.
Bisexual thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought when I was
Yeah,
watching it.
yeah.
I was like, back then,
Well-
like we didn't care. I think it's just we're overly like it's in our face so
Sensitized?
much now. Yeah,
No,
that we're like, oh great, they're gonna try to put the message in it or
Hold on,
whatever.
real quick.
Yeah.
Lily says, and I applaud. That's right. The fact that hold on, Eeyore. The fact
Super Dragon was a peanut.
hold on.
Go okay.
No, keep going.
Super Dragon was a peanut to cordon fraud allegations, but Super Dragon will beat the case.
This is another
betcha.
thing that I would listen to this audiobook.
Oh my god.
What do you my god? No, so hold on. So like when Theon what's his sister name?
Yara. Okay.
Yara
In the show, it's Yara.
Yara Greyjoy says she's like Theon, what's wrong with you? Going, and she's like, I'm gonna go fuck the shit out of this bitch, and it's like, you're a woman, you can't fuck the shit out of anybody but yourself. It's a vagina thing. What are you talking about? All right, I'm done.
It was written by men. That's why.
Well, there was also a scene in Chasing Amy, which kind of explains that logic. So there was.
I don't know, and I'm scared. To ask.
I would
Just
ask for clarification from a certain person, but I respect her too much, and I don't want to get stabbed in the face.
Drink it all.
So here we got Yara, who's being a great joy. They are sea folks. They live in port. They're basically
Your iron
pirates,
blood,
or they're
I know
like
you've had some
pirates or
bad years.
Vikings.
I'm tired of watching
basically.
you cower like a beat
And
dog.
Theon has been
Drink the goddamn
broken,
ale.
and he's just kind of like, he is still wrestling
Now listen to
with
me.
Reek. Still,
I need you. The real
He's
Theon
not quite
Greyjoy, not
Reek,
this
which rhymes
rat
with
shit
weak,
pretender.
but he's not Theon
Can you find him for
motherfucking
me?
Greyjoy.
right?
Drink.
And
I mean,
and she
You're
and
safe.
she
Hear me.
and
You got
she's
away
just
and
trying
you're
to
never going
bring
back.
that back out. Come
We'll
on,
get justice then.
drink, fucker, drink.
Fuck justice, then we'll get revenge.
She's
Drink.
being like a dad trying to get her 16-year-old son to stop being a little bitch and pick up the
Listen
damn
to me.
sword.
If you're so broken,
Basically, yeah.
You know what that's like when you're trying to be on a diet and then you go to like a party and everyone's eating all this delicious food and drinking and you're on a freaking diet.
I have no idea what that's like.
Replace party with being around your family and
Yeah.
that's few people
Well,
say
see-
that you
Setting
can out train a bad
Take a
diet
knife
and
and
you
cut your
can't,
wrists.
and I don't have good self-control when
End
it
it.
comes to
Yeah.
Pringles.
Same.
You see now. For me, it's the opposite. When I go see my mom and her husband, I think there's like no alcohol in the house at all. It's annoying.
Oh,
It
lame.
is.
Sorry, JV.
Thank you. Someone knows.
Yeah, that is a tragedy.
We should start a GoFundMe for whenever JV goes up to his mom's place.
No.
It's called Bring Your Own.
Yeah. Bring your own.
Because he secured 62 men from a 10-year-old.
So Davos is the one who's standing there talking to you, and he served Stannis for years.
Stannis, who lost the Blackwater, who murdered his own brother, who doesn't have a head. It's not
Fucking
enough.
credential,
We need
bitch.
more men.
Okay, whoa. Okay, but she's just spitting out facts. She's just spitting out facts. That's all she's doing. And John right now, what John needs is just a hug and just some words like it's gonna be okay. But what Sansa should have done is should have been upfront and honest and said, "I got the Knights of the Vale in my back pocket, yo. One raven is all it takes."
No, exactly. Like, didn't she already send it, or is that what's coming up? I don't remember.
No, that's what's coming up. Also, at the same time,
Fuck.
too.
Yeah, Shadoosh.
Fuck Sansa for not telling him. Like, that is some little finger. Like, if it was revealed later that she was trying to undermine Jon's credibility and take Winterfell for hers, that's not what ends up fucking happening. He just gives it to her. Fuck. I'm just gonna mute. Fuck.
What? Shadoo, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be. Oh my god.
He's fine.
It's gonna be fine.
Shadoo's gonna take a time out at the fact that Sansa has actually done something more militaristic and tactical. And quite frankly, Jon, unfortunately, because Sansa cudgeled him into this. Also, at the same time, if they would have actually humped, it'd be a real Stark Winterfell. Anyway,
There's no time.
If we went down to Castle Curwen, I know that Lord
We
Curwen...
fight with the army we have.
Yay, Shadow.
Shadow.
All she needs to do is tell him, I've got 10...
Shadow.
Shadoo has done it again. He has been kicked.
He'll be fine.
I'm kidding.
So
He'll be fine.
And now is in order to, I guess, rationalize her thinking, which is completely wrong, because the Knights of the Vale, are under the leadership right now of Peter Baelish. Jon is not going to want them around.
No.
Because whenever Littlefinger is involved, there is nothing that is for free. There is nothing out of the goodness of his heart. There is nothing because it's right. It is, what is he going? What if I do this? What do I owe him now?
Yeah.
Right, but I disagree, because Jon has never interacted with Littlefinger, never really had to deal with Littlefinger. He would not know about that type of reputation that Littlefinger has. There's absolutely no reason for Jon to think that of a man.
Everyone knows the reputation of Littlefinger.
I would say there's good odds Jon didn't, because he was in Winterfell. So, like, he's not, like, in the core. He's not in the South. He's never really involved with politics. He was a bastard, so he would have never been involved in those conversations. And then by the time he would have been involved with those conversations, due to being, like, the right-hand man of the leader of the Night's Watch, he was going north of the Wall. And then ever since he's come back, there would never really have been a chance for him to get any idea of who Peter Baelish is as a person. So without them outright giving a reason, like Sir Davos going like, we can't trust Littlefinger, like Sansa goes, well, Peter Baelish runs the Vale, maybe we could ask him for help. And then Davos going, well, he is Littlefinger, we can't trust him. Jon would probably trust Davos more than Sansa, that would be the better way to do that, but they didn't. Yeah.
All right,
You might be
awesome.
right.
We're moving on to
The final
this.
scene.
Never too late to come back.
So okay, so what Ray, that was his name, was just saying is that he was talking about his life, how he was kind of like Sandor was.
And it's not
Whatever
about
you
waiting for the gods to answer your prayers.
need
It's
it
not even
done,
about the gods.
he
It's about
got
you.
it done. If you need a town burned, he would do it. If you wanted gold or livestock stolen, he would do it. If you wanted someone killed, he would do it. And he is just showing, he was just talking about how his mind changed. Now, okay.
How can we help you?
What are you doing here?
Well, we're talking about life. You?
Protecting the people.
Oh, we thank you for your protection. Who are you protecting us from?
Do you have any horses?
No horses. No gold. No steel.
Food then. Protecting the people is hungry work.
I'm sure it is. You're welcome to stay for supper. But we have hungry mouths here.
Now you get this.
Stay safe.
You get this tune playing in the back.
Of terrors.
Now, for those of you who may not have known that tune because it was playing subtly in the background, that is the Melisandre theme. So when they said, for the night is dark and full of terrors. So I want to ask,
Heaven save your
friends. Shadow this, and Shadow, listen to the question very carefully and answer succinctly. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, clearly, this is from the Brotherhood without banners, as Sandor will soon say. I find it hard to believe that a group that was led by Beric Dondarrion and Thoros of Myr would literally threaten people who pose no challenge to them at all. Could you give a succinct answer to that?
So this is going to be speculation from the show since things go very differently in the books for the Riverlands. This is probably the case of them having to recruit on so many bodies to fight like everyone that you've got people on the periphery that are not as morally good as the core members of the Brotherhood. And so these three gentlemen were probably some kind of like bandits or robber barons or things like that got brought into the Brotherhood because it was the Brotherhood needed men and these guys really wanted to avoid the King's noose. The war is over. There's no Lannister forces to raid. There's no Stark forces to raid. The way you get food, the way you survive now is by taking from the people who do have food and supplies, namely small farming communities that don't have supplies. The Brotherhood themselves would not be doing this, but these guys who are effectively deserters did.
Okay, thank you. Well done, Shadow. That was a very concise answer. Proud of you, kid.
Thanks, Jebby.
Yay, Shadow.
Yay.
Ryan. Okay, dead air.
What happened?
I'm not quite sure. So let's look at possible thoughts on this scene in general. Lily, I'll start with you first.
I don't know. I don't really have much to add.
Okay, Shadow.
I'm not. No, I'm not like joking. It's just. I mean, it's pretty straight.
That's right.
It's pretty straightforward.
Oh, there you are. There you are. There you are. There you are. Okay.
Yeah, I had to fucking pee. Like, can we not hold a conversation while I use the bathroom?
No.
Jesus Christ.
No, Ryan, we need you here.
You're needed.
Yes. We need the guidance.
What was I supposed to say? They don't believe in your seven. They're from the Brotherhood. They follow the Red God.
Ah, well, all are welcome here. Anyway, we've got nothing for them.
Sure you do. You've got food.
Moving on, moving on. Fuck care, moving on.
You're Westerosi.
Okay, now this scene I did not like because this is where I'm gonna be on board with Tyler and with Shadow. This little thing with Arya is just dumb.
Yes, it is. Also, sorry to the chat. It was really
and for this and for this, Shadow, please take us through this scene.
So basically, you've got like Arya's kind of messing with these men. One of them's from Westeros. I kind of checked out of this scene. I'm going to be honest. I can't really give too much detail. But then she goes on a bridge. Yeah, right here. So
I'm talking about
she's trying to get passage back. She's trying to get passage back to Westeros.
We'll leave at dawn.
And then, so she goes out and she kind of like stares off into the horizon to try to like possibly like, that's my future. I'm going home. It's going to be amazing. And then this lovely old woman approaches her.
Who is clearly not the waif. Who's clearly not the waif.
Absolutely.
This
Arya's
is
just
so terrible.
Yeah, this scene was really bad.
Things are going to be great. And then she gets treated like a
sweet girl
in prison.
And the fact that she not just stabs her, take out, and then turns it, and then pulls the knife out again. She's bleeding out. She's bleeding out.
She opened up with a slash, 2 stabs, and then a twist, and then tossed her into a heavily urbanized river. Lily could probably explain better what kind of diseases would be in there. But
oh no,
dysentery. Like you're not.
Let's poop again.
Like you hop in that river with an open wound. Like
yeah,
okay, maybe she could possibly walk those wounds off and like go somewhere. Maybe. But in a
I don't think so.
Okay, so Lily.
Okay, the doctor is one.
So Lily, being the one person who is actually in the medical field, what kind of ramifications would that have?
Honestly, I wasn't paying attention to see exactly where she was stabbed, but at this point, it doesn't really matter. So what people don't understand is that when you get stabbed in your stomach, you have all your intestines, right? And what's in your intestines, it's all waste. So even if she didn't fall into the river where there's already all kinds of bacteria and nonsense happening in there, your own body starts to poison you. That's what's happening. So I don't think she would have survived that because it looked like she was taking it like completely to the gut. Like, maybe to the sides, you would have a better chance of surviving a stab wound, but right to the middle and that many and her like twisting and slashing, I don't see her surviving that.
She literally got what Rob Stark's, wife got.
Talisa.
She got
minus the baby.
Like it was just market central.
It is, and I mean, can you go back and like see like a still of how long the knife is?
Yeah,
it's about.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like a foot of a foot of steel is just as bad as 3 inches.
Okay, look. Okay, stop. Stop, pause really quick. I mean, you talk about telegraphing this. That is just like, that's just a sweet lady. Really
terrible.
No.
Anyone who was surprised
No.
Tobias needs to be slapped a few times.
It's so
Oh.
fucking terrible. Oh look.
Why was Arya surprised? Like, she was training with these people. She knew they wouldn't let her walk away.
Right. She should literally suspect anybody.
The fact that you headbutted that bitch in any way, shape, or form is hilarious.
Because
after being slashed across the belly and stabbed 3 to 4 times, and you're like going, headbutt that bitch.
Well, because what does she have? Because the waif is taller than her. So to even generate any force, she has to engage her core, which has just been damaged, like severely damaged.
Yeah.
That's not gonna work.
No.
This entire scene is just freaking
Is this where
stupid.
they started like messing Arya up big time, like a lot?
No, they messed her up a while ago, in my opinion.
Plot armor be thick. Yeah. And
Like, how is she?
Oh my god!
How?
God, this is the wound
She
would
would
be
be
worse
bleeding.
than that.
That is bleeding to death level.
Yeah, that's
You are bleeding to death. In today's world, you're bleeding to death. Unless there are
And then she-
paramedics there who can actually.
Yeah,
quite
and then she's
frankly-
walking. She's walking, so she's causing all of her blood to even empty out faster. She's not just lying there; she's walking.
Yeah.
Which
Her
is
heart's pumping
engaging
faster.
fucking gay.
Yeah,
God, I hate it.
this is
Okay, tell me
crazy.
they don't have like a single other
Oh
faceless
no!
men between-
Oh no! Oh no! No! Oh my God! There's a couple of droplets. No, it would be pouring
Yeah,
blood.
yeah, it would be
Pouring blood.
It would be like a water balloon with a puncture.
knife. Knife wounds do not look like that. They don't just eat 2 drops of blood.
Well, I mean, people forget that when she fell into the water, she grabbed her stapler that she had and stapled her wounds shut.
Sure, her trusty faceless man stapler. Okay, that makes sense.
That's so bad.
Totally plausible.
I fucking hate this show.
Also makes sense.
It's,
She also
it's actually pissing me off so much.
It's a
I'm not-
dumb scene. It is such a dumb scene.
horrible.
Just for the fact of 1, no, and 2, the minute I see the old lady, the first time I saw the scene, and now I'm like, waif.
Yeah.
Not surprised by anything.
Hello, little girl. Would you like some candy?
Slash.
Like this, this
No
scene
one saw it.
ruins the show because plot armor. But like, I think it was Lily who mentioned it. Like character assassination, because Arya should know the faceless men. It could be anywhere. She knows them better than basically anyone who's not a member of that order. And yet she's just kind of like, life is great. Life is great. You can't
Yeah.
run from them.
Okay, and this last
Moving
scene.
on.
This last scene.
Sorry, cooling off.
Now,
I'm calm. I'm
now
cool.
this obviously doesn't have the same impact as the door, but this is also a very moving scene. So you got Sandor, who throughout this episode, which is really kind of about him,
broken
he's finally got a chance, a glimmer of just being
a normal life,
just being a dude, being a dude, and that's been taken away from him, and he's got to resort back to really what he is. He's a killer. So this was his one chance to just put that all behind him, and that chance gets taken away from him, because I truly believe that Sandor and Ray would have been like best of friends. I mean, like genuine friends.
Absolutely. Who knows? Sandor might have found a woman. He might have had some like little hounds running around in like 10 years. Like he could have
puppies,
settled roots.
Yeah,
puppies.
Again, it was yin and yang, and in the yin got stolen from him. It was something that he had been there for, from what you guys said, you know, a year and a half. It got fucking hijacked. This is horrendous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is honestly, I think, I don't know if it was intentional, but this is kind of like part of the message of Game of Thrones, of that, like, you can't step away and try to hide from evil because eventually it will come for you. If Ned had like tried to hide his head in the snow from what the Lannisters and Littlefinger were doing in King's Landing, it eventually would have come for him. Sandor could not hide from the evil men in Westeros. Jon cannot hide from the White Walkers. Dany cannot hide from the Sons of the Harpies. The only way for you to build a peaceful world is to eradicate the evil in the world. And the hard part of that is, the hard part of that is, there will always be evil. So
because people are inherently evil. Yeah, so
why am I supporting nihilism?
And then just the moment when he turns around, grabs that axe. I mean, he's like, "Oh yeah, here we go," and it's like, "Oh," and okay,
It's because that's not who he is either. He is the Hound. He's good at killing.
Right.
It sucks, but he has
this
to
is something that
embrace what he's got to do.
Right, and this is something that initially when I saw the episode, there was the gut reaction of having time to reflect on the episode and doing what we've been doing here for over a year now. Over a year. It's just wow. Is getting to because I will watch the after episode stuff where you got some commentary from Dumb and Dumber, but you've also got commentary from like set designers or cameramen or directors and stuff, and just getting all these little different perspectives has really kind of been almost like a class in how to do an effective show. And then again, how not to do an effective show. So it's been a lot of fun going through this. And, as I said, the initial gut reaction was, get him, Sandor. But in reflection, this is a tragic scene. And this is, the minus the one little ha-ha scene with Arya. This is a very well put together episode.
Absolutely. Yeah. And also, JV, the point you made about like go get him, Sandor, like that is honestly like a really good like insight into the mind of a lot of people, where like in the moment, like when you're thinking fight, violence, revenge, like all that, but then when you take a step back and just realize exactly what just happened to him, because you don't want to be Sandor Clegane. You may think it's cool and awesome in the moment, but like when you think about his life fucking sucks. You don't want to be Sandor Clegane. And when you realize exactly how bad it is and take a step back, you realize exactly what was taken from him, what was killed from him, to quote John Wick. And I think that's just it's really fascinating just to like think about that with like a lot of media in general. Sorry that I've been talking a lot.
No. That's right. This episode had a lot of stuff you are actually well versed in, so it's fine. Lily, thoughts? So Lily, thoughts on this episode?
Well, overall, I think I did enjoy a lot of what was going on with the Hound, because I mean, it kind of sucks that this is just how that show is. Just when you think that something good's happening to you and you're gonna get a happy ending, it just kind of comes back and just punches you in the face and sends you back. Like, I was kind of hoping, I mean, because you can see the growth that he's had throughout the seasons from like where he was to now, and you're kind of cheering for him, and you're like, yes, he's gonna, find some people who don't really know too much about him. Yeah, they're scared of him, but they'll get to know him. And yeah, like Shadow said, and like JV said, they'd grow to accept him and he'd finally have friends and maybe a wife and all that stuff. And then, nope, it all gets taken away. So, yeah, I think I enjoyed his part of this story the most for this week.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Should do. To the point. Take us out.
All right. So, if you want to, so go shows. Tomorrow night on my channel will be Guys Talk. I believe we've settled on D&D, but I will need to like confirm with my co-hosts just like what D&D means to people and like why it's such a good game. Then Friday night, you can catch me back over on these channels with these lovely people for Friday night's Royal Rumble. No clue what content we'll be discussing. Hopefully it'll be something fun. And then come back over here Monday night again for Season 6, Episode 8 of Game of Thrones. And then before Monday's show and Friday's show, you can catch me for kind of a pre-show stream where I'll be playing on Monday nights Mountain Blade with the Game of Thrones mod. And on Friday nights, it'll be Fallout 1. And then keep an eye on me on Twitter or Coffee. Twitter for if you want to see my dumb takes, and Coffee if you want to read the stuff I've been writing.
The book.
Yeah. Oh, specifically what Ryan's talking about is what I just released, the first part of the Chronicles of Picklestan, being a prologue to the entire meme war that went on Twitter. It's been getting a lot of amazing feedback from people, so if you've got a chance, go check it out.
Outstanding.
Thanks,
and Lily, 300 mirrors. So good to have you back. We appreciate you.
I missed you guys, and I missed Game of Thrones. Yay! So Thursday we're finally back with another episode of Dames and Dorks. We kind of took a little break there, but we're back and we're going to be talking about some really cool stuff. So make sure that you check it out. And then Friday back here on this channel for Friday night's Royal Rumble, and then Monday again on this channel for the next episode of Game of Thrones. So you don't want to miss it.
Yes.
Are you going to be doing
Twitter,
another?
of course.
Are you going to be doing another gaming stream with Alf?
Oh yeah, but the gaming streams, I think he just wants to do like the ladies' nights every month.
Right.
So
Okay.
just make sure to follow Alf and follow Alf's channel and Twitter. So we're gonna be posting all that information there. So yeah, we're gonna be doing party animals on his stream for ladies' night.
And the man that takes us out, Mr. JV, Mr. Joke Voice, go.
That's right. So this week you can find me Thursday opposite Dames and Dorks, so you can watch both at the same time. That'd be great, or just watch me because I'm way more entertaining.
Yeah, Davey is way prettier. So
totally. I will be on with Roman of the Empire. We will be talking, kind of giving a eulogy for Doctor Who, as Disney and Russell T Davies have killed it officially. So there will be that Friday, which Disney kills everything it touches now. And then Friday I will be back here for Friday night's Royal Rumble, along with my other lovely content that will be out Wednesday and Friday. I'm actually taking a break from Doctor Who this week because I got some shit to say. And speaking of shit to say, this is his channel, but no one gives two shits about
What?
him. That's true. So I get to say goodbye to all you guys, all you lovely people in the chat. So have a wonderful night and toodles.